Hello and welcome back to Conscious TV. My name is Eleonora Gilbert and I'm having the studio with me Byron Katie, and I'm really excited about doing actually an experiment or really an experience rather of the work that you do worldwide. And there is an issue that I would love to explore with you. So this is a great opportunity to do so, I think. Okay, so there are certain situations whereby I feel that the deep belief that I have, even though on the one hand I know that it's absolutely not true, on the other hand there is this thought that pops sometimes in my mind where I'm not lovable. And that really hurts, because I know it's not true, and yet there are certain situations where that, like, oof, and I lose who I know myself to be.
You're believing, you're believing that you're unlovable.
Yes.
In that specific situation.
Reinforces that.
So, you know, for me, those times are so precious, because I can say on one hand, I know that I'm lovable, you know, I know it's not true, but life shows us what we believe and what we don't believe. So, you know, it's a confrontation with denial. So if I'm, let's say, experiencing your situation and I'm feeling unlovable, that shows me that what is really true is I believe I'm unlovable.
Yeah.
And I'm saying one thing to people, and the truth is, I don't feel lovable. Okay, so that's what's such good news about that. I've just been enlightened to what I believe and what I don't believe. So now that we've identified it, we can get very still with this and contemplate on, you know, where is it that I'm not awake to this yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, or where is it that I'm not enlightened yet? Where am I still asleep?
Yes.
Okay, so in that situation, in that specific situation, and I invite you viewers to find a situation of your own. So in that situation, you're not lovable. That person is seeing you as unlovable.
Or is acting as if.
So you are unlovable.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you are believing.
Yes.
You are unlovable. So in that situation, is it true?
In that situation. Well,
now,
it certainly feels true in that situation.
In inquiry, you know, I talk about the old paradigm where people used logic and conversation.
Right.
And we still had war on the planet, like the dinosaur age. War with the self, war with the world. So then there's a new age, like inquiry, that can take us into a whole other paradigm.
Yeah.
So the answer to the first two questions, there are only four, the answer to the first two questions, you contemplate until you are shown the answer, which is one syllable, yes or no.
Right.
So if it's any answer other than yes or no is the old way.
Right.
Where we had conversations. And so try just yes or no.
Okay.
And notice how the mind will go crazy. It wants to go, yeah, but, well, I know that, you know, it'll dance. And then just notice, be very gentle, then just drop into stillness and be shown. So in that situation, and if you're at home, I invite you to close your eyes, and in that situation that you were experiencing, you're not lovable. Is that true? And remember, it's just one syllable, yes or no. And this isn't a trick question. Whatever it is for you, you know, just drop under that and be shown, be still, wait.
Am I unlovable? No.
So the answer no, that authentic answer, if it's yours, and some of you are answering yes, that's okay, and you would go to the second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? And we'll skip that because your no will take us to question 3.
Okay.
And these questions are always free on thework.com. Always free. Never have to pay for it. It's there. So, third question. Notice how you react when you believe that thought in that situation. Notice what happens. So this gives you the opportunity to get in touch with your feelings, your emotions, and any embarrassment or anything your shoulders or your facial expressions may. So just go back and notice. How did you react in that situation when you believed that thought?
It feels devastating. It's as if I diminish, shrink. It feels extremely young, but mostly it's a pain, like a stab in the heart. It really feels devastating. It's almost like the end of the world. It feels that strongly.
Yes. So now just kind of flow into this fourth question. In that situation, notice who you would be without the thought. I'm unlovable.
Who would I be without the thought?
Notice the difference.
The first thing that comes to mind is like I would have no excuses, like no more excuses. What does that mean? No more excuses to be small, no more excuses to fall into that small space, no more excuse to blame. To blame, yeah. To blame other, whatever that is, whoever that is. Yeah.
So now let's move to the turnarounds. So you are unlovable. What is the opposite of that?
Lovable.
So you are lovable. In that situation, give me an example of where you're lovable.
Of where I am lovable.
Where you were actually lovable in that situation at that time. So what I love about inquiry is it gives us the opportunity to go back and witness what the thought we were believing, the concept we were believing, the assumption we were experiencing ourselves as, that identity, to see what was in that space. So to go back, take another look, I am lovable. So witness that situation and give me an example of where, in fact, you were lovable.
Where I was lovable. In my kindness, in my generosity, in my helpfulness, in my presence, in my company, in just being.
And I have one. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
In your innocence of believing in the face of the real and authentic, how you could see yourself as anything other than that.
Yeah.
That innocence that would believe the unreal that's really going on.
Yeah.
In the face of all the proof, that innocence of believing, what would oppose it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We're also innocent.
I forget about that.
Well, and this really puts light on it because you really were innocently believing you were unlovable in the face of that person you just described through the examples of I am lovable. So you, in that situation, you were unlovable. Is it true?
No. No.
No.
No.
So now when you think back to that situation or that person you were with,
yes,
it's entirely changed. And an appreciation and a compassion for oneself and a reality of who and what you really are takes over. because you have been enlightened to yourself, to that situation, to that other person, rather than asleep in it.
Yes. Yes. I think the key for me was to really see who would I be without that belief. And the attachment to blame as well. That was quite key for me to see that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you very much for watching Conscious TV. Goodbye.